Hi, welcome to Machine Learning course. Myself, Dr. M. Tirupati Rao, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Vignan Institute of Information Technology. So, as part of our lectures, today we are going to discuss the second topic in our first unit syllabus, that is the supervised learning. So, as you know, this is the unit 1 syllabus. So, in our previous class, we had seen the introduction to machine learning, that is the basics of machine learning. So, what is machine learning, definition of machine learning, types of machine learning techniques, and what are various applications and real time applications where the actual machine learning is going to be used by various people. So, that is the introduction of this first topic. So, today we are going to see the next topic, one of the important topic, that is the supervised learning. So, coming to this lecture contents, in this lecture you are going to see the what is supervised learning and how it can be used. So, types of supervised learning techniques and working of supervised learning, that means how the supervised learning will going to work and what are various applications of supervised learning. And of course, lecture objective, the student can have a good knowledge or idea about the supervised learning and its implementations, and the outcome of this lecture is the student can able to understand the supervised learning technique in details, and the student can able to apply the supervised learning techniques on the real time problem. Okay, coming to the types of machine learning, I told you already we had 3 types of machine learning models classified. So, the first one is the supervised learning, and the second one is the unsupervised learning, and third one is the reinforcement learning. And basically the whatever the applications or whatever the models that you want to work with machine learning, all those are mainly classified into these 3 types. So, if you come to this supervised learning, you have the classification and regression models, where this classification can be used to classify a large data set into small set of data or a large set of data into small set of subclasses based on some conditions. Similarly, this regression can be used, or basically the definition, or if you see this regression, it will give you the relationship between the dependent variable and independent variable, where the minimum condition is one independent variable should be there. And basically this regression can be used to predict the values. Suppose you want to classify the data, you will go for this classification in supervised learning, or if you want to predict the data, you will use this regression model. Similarly, coming to this unsupervised learning model, so here the other 2 techniques are the dimensionality reduction algorithms and feature selection models are the 2 important techniques that will cover under this unsupervised learning. So, you know dimensionality reduction algorithm. So, we are going to reduce the dimension of the model here. That means, if you have a data set with 100 variables or 100 columns of variables, now you cannot, it is very difficult for you to reduce the size or work on that algorithm on the data set. So, the main thing we will do is, you will try to reduce the dimension of the data set such that you can implement your algorithm effectively on the data, such that to get the more accurate results for your model. And the next one is the feature selection. The identification of various features or the best feature among the available number of features for a model is the best thing under this feature selection. So, these 2 techniques can be covered under this unsupervised learning. And coming to this reinforcement learning, this is one of the important technique or important model of the supervised machine learning. Here you will use the value based models and policy based models. So, value based models means where we will get the maximum number of values, or the where we are going to get the maximum amount of reward for a particular problem can be used under this reinforcement learning model. And the policy based, we know policy means set of rules you are going to design. So, by following this set of rules, you are going to implement the problems, and those problem models can be considered under this policy based. And here the another model is the model based, where you are going to develop certain models by using the queuing models or Markov chain models, such that to solve the problems. So, this is the thing about the types of machine learning and what are the various techniques that will cover under this machine learning models. The first one is the supervised learning, where you will get the classification and regression models, and the second one is the unsupervised learning, where you will get the dimensionality reduction algorithms and feature selection. And of course, in this reinforcement learning model, you will see the value based and policy based models on one side and model based methods on the other side. So, this is the thing about the various types of machine learning models. So what is supervised learning? So see, supervised learning. So supervised learning is an approach to creating artificial intelligence. So basically the supervised learning is mainly used to create the artificial intelligence models. That is the basic thing of the supervised learning. And coming to this supervised learning, here the computer program is given labeled input data and the expected output results. So the simple difference between the supervised learning and other techniques is, here the input data is given as the labeled input data, that is important, and the output is expected from that input data. So as I already told you, the success of any machine learning model that you are using will depend on the type of the data set you are going to choose, and the technique that you are going to use on that data is going to play a key role for getting the better accuracy or better performance you can expect from the machine learning model. So supervised learning is good at classification and regression models. So as I already told you in the previous slide, so in supervised learning we are going to mainly deal with two types of techniques, that is the classification and regression. So supervised learning can give you the good results when you are working the problems on this classification and regression problems. So it is also used in determining the what category. So this you can take as an example. So here the supervised learning best suit for the predicting the thing or classifying the thing. So if you see a news article, you can have n number of news on that article, but the main classification on the news can be done by using the supervised learning models. I can tell you an example. If you take a newspaper, on newspaper you can observe the political news, national news. In political news you can observe national news, state level news and international level news. In the same way, some of the other things you can observe are the sports news, entertainment news, kitchen or some other news, and information to the people, and moreover employment news also will be there. So if you take just like a newspaper, so all these different types of newspaper data is available in this newspaper news. So we can classify those types of data based on this supervised learning in a better way. The other thing is the predicting the volume of sales for a given future date. Suppose you are launching a product, so you can guess or you can estimate the what will be the sales for this product after 1 year based on the previous data or based on the similar items which were launched in the previous time. So based on analyzing that such data, you can predict the cost of a product or what will be the price or what will be the market value of that product after 1 year by using this supervised learning machine techniques. So this is the second point. So in supervised learning, the main aim is to take towards the specific measurements of the data. That is the thing we are using in the supervised learning. So as a whole, if you see the supervised learning, so basically the supervised learning is a technique of model of the artificial intelligence, and in this supervised learning you are going to give the labeled data as input and you can get the output from the machine, and this supervised learning is very good at classification and regression type of problems. In next slides I will tell you what are the various classification techniques, various regression problems, and what are various examples for classification problems and regression problems. Coming to the application, best example you can see here is the classification or separation of various types of news from a newspaper. So that is, you are separating the political news, entertainment news, sports news and employment news. All these different sorts of news data can be separated from a entire newspaper. And similarly, second application you can see, the best application is you can predict the price of a product when you are going to launch that product in the market after 1 year. So these sort of applications can be used under this supervised learning. So we have seen what are the various types and how it is going to work. So now we will see. So coming to this next topic, that is the how supervised learning is going to work. So before going to that, see, like all machine learning algorithms, supervised learning is also based on training. So I told you in the last class, all machine learning algorithms or all machine learning applications will work with a model, and in that work model you have to submit the input data. That input data can be taken as a training data or the training for the machine. So similarly here also I am telling this supervised learning algorithms also follows the based on training. So the training is very important for any machine learning model. So the next one is the system is fed with a massive amounts of data during its training phase. That means as much data you can use or as much data you can collect related to your particular problem, and you can give that data as a trained data to your machine, and you can expect the output after implementing the data with the system. So that is the input value. So the next one is the trained model is then presented with the test data. So first you have developed a model, you have chosen the algorithm, you are giving the input data, and that input data can be taken as the trained data. Then you are going to take a test data. That means now the model is ready, now you want to test your model, how it is going to perform or how it is working. So in order to do that, you are taking a test data. So by using this test data, you are going to test the working capacity of your model, and the result can be taken as the training and measure accuracy. So by using this test data, you can assess actually how your machine is going to work and what accuracy your machine is going to perform. That is the case. The level of accuracy obtainable depends on two things, that is the data available and the algorithm in use. So I am telling you continuously from last class also, the machine learning success is mainly depends on the two things, that is data available and the algorithm in use. So you have to choose the correct data for the successful completion of your problem and correct algorithm that can be chosen to process such data. So these two things are going to play a very key role for the successful implementation of your model and to get better accuracy on working with you these models. So this is the thing. So how supervised learning works? So basically like other models, the supervised learning model is also works on the training data. Once the training is completed, for training the data, you are collecting the huge amount of data and making as a data set, and you are giving the data set as input to the machine, and the data can be taken as trained data. After the training data, the machine can be run on this trained data. Then to test the performance of this data, you are going to take a test data and you are going to implement on the model which you have developed, and you are going to observe the output values, and you can assess the accuracy of your machine. So and after, of course, the last point is whenever you are working with these algorithms, you have to keep in mind two things, that is your data should be very particular and perfect, and the algorithm which you are going to use should match the data. Then only you can get the good result. So coming to the next one. So basically where the supervised learning can be used for and how it can be used. So the first one is the binary classification. So the first one is binary classification. As you know, binary means it's a 0 and 1, two values. So here the thing is dividing data into two categories. That means true or false, 1 or 0, whether the disease is present or not, whether the person is there or not. Like this, the answer will be two answers, yes or no. So that is the first thing, that is binary classification. Second one is multi-class classification. So choosing between more than two types of answers. So for a question, if you have two answers, this case will arise when you are training the data, when you are training the machine with n number of data models, then for a same question you can have 10 answers or 100 answers. So the machine has to choose among the 100 answers the best answer. So this model can be useful in that cases. So multi-class classification. So more than two types of answers. So working of supervised learning, how an actual supervised learning model will work. An example I have taken. So see here, this is a basket and it is full of fruits. So now the thing is, you see, follow me clearly. So for instance, an example I have taken, see, the thing is, for instance, suppose you have given a basket filled with different kinds of fruits. So I am taking here a case, I am taking a basket which is full of fruits. So that is my first step here. Then now the first step in the process is to train the machine with all different fruits one by one like this. So now the machine has to understand, before the machine needs to predict what sort of fruit is there in the basket. So first I have to train the model. So I have to train the model so that I am giving the information or train the machine with all different types of fruits available in this basket. So I am giving how the data can be given as a training data of the machine learning. See, one point I can tell you, see here, if shape of object is round and depression at top. So an object you have taken, if the shape of that object is round and depression at top and color is red, then it can be taken or labeled as apple. So I am training the model like this. If the second one, if shape of object is long curving cylinder having color green yellow, then it will be labeled as banana. So like this, whatever the fruits I kept in the basket, I am going to feed the details about every fruit as a trained data. See, let us see then what will happen. See now, suppose after training the data, you have given a new separate fruit, say banana from basket, and asked it to identify it. Now the question you are going to pose to the machine model is, you are taking the banana, you have taken a banana model like this, and now you want to test your machine. After all giving the data about the training data, now you want to test your machine. So now you are giving this banana image as an input. Now the machine has to identify it as a banana. See how it works. Since the machine has already learned the things from previous data, and this time have to use it wisely. So this is the process the machine is going to do. So already it will analyze the previous data, and based on that previous data, it is going to take its own decision. So it will first classify the fruit with its shape and color. So because if you remember the old slide, there we are giving the shape and color of the fruits, whatever the fruits are there in the basket. So for apple we have given, for banana we have given. Similarly here also we are, so all the details of different fruits available in the basket will be given as trained data to the machine, and then you are going to pose your question. So give me the fruit banana in the basket, whether it is there or not. So it can be identified by using the shape and color as we had known. So in the around the fruits, so the shape C curve is there and yellow color is there, that is the only fruit, that is banana is there in the. So the machine is going to give you the answer to that question, or output is the banana. So that is the thing. So as I told you, so the supervised learning technique will always work with two models or two standard techniques, that is classification and regression. So the supervised learning is mainly classified into two types, two categories of algorithms. Mainly the supervised learning is classified into two types of algorithms or two categories. The first one is the classification, second one is the regression. Here you are going to see the classification. So basically, what is a classification? Let me tell you this. It's a process of categorizing a given set of data into classes. So the basic thing observed or done in this classification is, a given set of data is taken and it is being separated into various classes. That is the basic thing you are going to implement in classes. So you have given a large amount of data or volume of data, and you are going to classify them into various classes. That is the simple technique called classification. It can be performed on both structured and unstructured data. So the best example or the best advantage with this classification is, it can be implemented on both structured and unstructured data. So see some of the examples of this classification. So speech recognition is one of the best example for this. Speech recognition. So you are using your smartphones. So your voice can be taken as a password for your smartphone. So like iPhone Siri. So whenever you are using your smartphone with your voice will be recorded in your phone, and whenever you are speaking, if the match of your voice will be there with the phone data, then only it will be opened, otherwise it will reject. So that is the recognition of the speech. Or you can see forensic lab, where these techniques can be used mainly in the forensic labs. So whether the voice of that person is his voice or not his. Similarly, face detection. So one best example I can tell you for this face detection is, this can be used for the online posting of attendance of students when they are entering into campus by observing their faces. One of the best example is, there is an application used in the Dubai International Airport, that is the Smart Travel application, where the passengers no need to enter into the airport with standing in the lines and take the immigration process, all these things. They have developed the app. When the person enters into the airport, by recognizing their face and iris, the entire process will be done automatically. The person no need to stand in the queue and take the immigration process. They can directly enter into the next phase without the immigration phase. Everything will be done online, and no human intervention will be there, and no human physical contact also required. So that is one of the best example for this face detection. Similarly, handwritten signature, handwriting recognition. So if you are using your signature, this can be used for the fraud detections in banks. So somebody may write my signature and he may give the thing. So whether the signature matches with mine or not, it can be verified. So those sort of applications can be used better way in this supervised learning technique, that too in classification. And third one is document classification. So, where you have n number of documents, from those n number of documents you can identify which document belongs to which topic. So, if you take the supervised learning, you have two things, one is the classification, second one is regression. So, the mainly classification is, if you want to separate n number of classes from a bunch of data, or a bunch of data is taken, from that bunch of data you are going to take or separate the classes, that is the classification. And it can be performed on both structured and unstructured data, and some of the applications of this classification are speech recognition, face recognition, handwritten recognition and documents classifications, etc. So, the second technique of the supervised learning, that is the regression. So, that is regression. So, what is a regression? Basically, it is a statistical method. See, I think you might have already got the doubt. So, whenever you are talking about the classification, clustering or regression, all these things, basically all these are the statistical methods. Why the thing coming in here? So, basically machine learning had developed by borrowing the techniques of statistics. So, whatever the techniques covered almost in the statistics will be used by various techniques and various algorithms in this machine learning. So, in supervised learning also we are using this classification and regression, which are the basic statistical models. So, what is the regression? It gives the relationship between a dependent and independent variables with one or more independent variables. So, what is the regression? So, it gives the relationship between a dependent variable and independent variable which is having with one or more independent variables. That is the basic thing of this regression. And some of the examples of this regression are prediction of data, forecasting the rainfall, stock markets, relationship between variables. So, forecasting rainfall. So, you know the weather system will give you tomorrow what will be the temperature, what will be the humidity, whether the rain may come or not. After 1 month also the predictions can be done, whether the cyclone may come or not. Nowadays, the weather forecasting system is working well. They are analyzing and giving us the regarding these cyclones. So, these things can be done better way by using this machine learning technique, especially these regression models can be used for predicting such type of things. So, again I am telling the supervised learning can be implemented with basically two techniques, that is classification and regression. So, classification is the classifying a large amount of data into separate classes, and various applications are face recognition, speech recognition and voice recognition. Coming to this regression, basically it is a statistical technique and it is going to give the relationship between a dependent and independent variable with a condition that minimum one or more independent variable should be there. And some of the outputs of this or examples of this regression model are the forecasting the stock market values and forecasting the rainfall and weathers. So, some of the techniques or algorithms that can be used in supervised learning are, so linear regression, so logistic regression. So, all these are the statistical techniques. So, ANN we know artificial neural networks, decision trees and Bayesian logic, SVMs and random forest. So, all these are the techniques which will come under this supervised learning. You are going to use all these models or all these techniques based on your data or based on your data sets. So, let us see some of the real time applications of this supervised learning. So, the first one is the micro array data model. So, the basic thing is basically it is an image, which was taken to analyze the medical data. So, here separating malignant from healthy tissues. Basically this image shows the total amount of the tissues of a sample blood cells. From that malignant tissues you are going to separate. So, malignant tissues means the tissues which were damaged or damaged by some disease. So, you are going to identify those malignant tissues from this image. This is a mRNA expression profile of the tissue. From this you can see some of the clusters had formed here, here, so here. So, which were highlighted can be taken as the malignant, which were not highlighted they can be taken as the tissue is clear and good. So, like this by using this microarray data applications, so you can identify the malignant tissues from the actual mRNA pictures. So, which can went to the parents regarding the cell phones to kids. So, this is the second type of news that is separated from the actual full news content. Third one, Wall Street gears up for jobs. So this is the advertisement of jobs or the news about the jobs for unemployment people. So this sort of data is also separated from this entire newspaper. And fourth one, probe finds atmosphere on Saturn moon. This is about the space news or some research news. So if you observe, a newspaper contains so many types of news or so many types of news data. So here in this text categorization, we are going to separate that different types of articles or different types of news parts from the entire data. So first one, you can see medical data is being separated. Second one is the warning to parents or giving suggestions to the parents, be careful with your children while dealing with the smartphones. Third one is the Wall Street gears up for jobs, that can be useful for the unemployment new people. And fourth one is the latest developments on the research about the space things. So like this, the in a text categorization can be done from a news edition. So the next example is, best example is another one. I told you the face detection. So you can see some of the smartphones nowadays, you can see with your face, even a laptop can be opened with your face as a keyboard, or by taking the picture of your face and you are going to analyze the details of that person, or you can process the attendance, you can process the payments, or you can process at a entry level, you can restrict them, or you can identify the people also. So by using the human faces detection. So this is one of the best example for this supervised learning example. See here, only the face is being identified, remaining thing is not identified, and whether this face identification is whether that person is a human being or any animal, or the for that confirmation it can be used, or to verify whether the person is same or not also can be used by using this face detection technique. Coming to the next one is signature recognition. I told you already. So the signature can be verified. So it is mainly used for the online fraud detections. So generally when you are giving a checks or when you are withdrawing money or when you are signing some dots, a forgery can be done. So in order to verify the person correct or not, so signature verification is a very key role. So this signature verification also can be done by using this supervised learning techniques. So as a whole, if you see the applications of supervised learning, so three types of applications we have discussed. The first one, four types, sorry. The first one is, so identifying the damaged tissues in a medical image. So that will be in medical field, and that will be helpful to the doctors, even for the common people also. By understanding the reports, they can easily go for a medical verification with a doctor or consultant doctors. Second application is face detection. So by identifying the person, whether the person is correct person or not, or whether you are searching for a correct person or not, can be done by using this face detection. And third application is signature verification or character identification. That is one of the best example. And another one best example is classification or classifying the different types of news items in a newspaper. So all these are some of the real-time applications that can be used under this supervised learning. As I